yeah, a lot of our expression of joy, goofiness, silliness, like sticking out the tongue or shaking our ass out of joy, have been considered very sexual, because that's what in television happens, and now people associate it with sexual invitation. And then we are afraid that, what if someone thinks like, okay, we are sending out this sexual invitation. So I want you to know something. First of all, there's nothing wrong with sex. There's nothing wrong with wanting sex and sending an invitation to it for it. But you still need to understand that just because someone finds you sexually attractive does not mean that they can have sex with you. They still need to ask you, have your consent, okay? And by the way, when you are expressing your joy, your goofy side, your silly side, you are going to be super attractive. You're going to be super attractive because many people are suppressing the sexual turn on happens because you wanna merge that thing into you, okay? So when I would earlier see ladies, girls, eating a burger, I was like, whoa, they are eating. Like, I would not be turned on, but it would be like, wow, how are they, that kind of thing. And because all my life eating around food, there was so much of trauma, like, okay, you cannot eat, you cannot eat with whatever you want. Like, I was only given the food and only that I can eat. I could not ask for more. I didn't have any freedom. I have to eat like in a very quiet and when no one's looking and all that. So when I saw a girl who was like really in pleasure around her food, expressing it and saying like, oh, I really love it, I love it, or like eating like like that in public, I was like, wow, how is she doing that? I was because I had suppressed my desire around food, because that's the way I could cope with it. That's the way I could have closeness with my mother or my auntie who had their shame around food. And as a child, more than anything else, you want connection, right? So in order to have connection with your parents, with your family, you have to suppress your unique desire, your unique joy. You can only have the joy that is okay with them, okay, or they don't have shame around. And also, like, I would also look at people in disgust when they would eat or when they are like dancing. I'm like, how are they doing it? But when I started to go in depth, even deeper in the disgust, it was my own desire, so yeah. But how it all connects with our silliness and goofiness is that you understand that when you are expressing your joy and all of that, so when you are expressing your silliness, goofiness, some people are going to look at you in disgust because they have that deep desire, but they are still not, conscious enough to go deep into that disgust. They don't have that strength to dive deep into their anger. They will just act on it, okay? So they're not doing the deep work, but you are. So you need to understand that some people are going to look at you in disgust. Some people are going to look at you like, oh my god, she's so sexually appealing. Some people are going to be finding you super inspiring, and some people are going to be feeling so safe around you because you're letting your weird, silly, goofy side out. And they can be weird also. They can get their like real vulnerable side out. What is weird? Weird is something that society tells you, which is suppressed. If they look at something very different, they will say, oh, it's weird, it's very different. Oh, it doesn't have same skin color as me, it's weird. Oh my god, she's not wearing the same clothes as me, so she's weird. Oh my god, they're not doing it the way we like it, so they are weird. We have to really, as people, if you really want a good life, you have to move in this world with the curiosity, which is like, it's not about good, it's not about bad, it's about different. When you move with this kind of mindset, there is openness within you. You don't judge something as bad or wrong. You move into it with curiosity, and that leads you to understanding and compassion. If you just judge immediately something bad, like I don't like people who are eating chicken and all of that, but I don't judge them. I try to understand why they are doing certain thing. I remember one of my friend telling me that when she was very, very, very little, her grandfather took her to this chicken market, where animals are being cut, and she was So as she was there watching all the animals being cut, and when she was telling me this story, she was not conscious of it, but I could see that how she had to turn off her sensitivity in order to secure the connection with her grandfather, her family, and the entire Muslim community. Because it happens on a very subconscious level. Even when you are, very little, you may think like someone is not aware, but yeah, they are. Children are very aware. As child, we were aware like, okay, this is happening in our family, in our society, our parents do this, so we can do this, we cannot go against it, and we will choose connection even if we have to completely forget ourselves. So yeah, and when I could just in that moment, if I did not had the curiosity, I would be judging her, but then I could understand, and I shared that example with you because you really need to understand. And sometimes you may not understand. Sometimes we feel like, okay, there is a better way. Why are they not doing it? There's a reason why someone's not doing, choosing the better way. So many. Okay, let me tell you. Do you not know that drinking water is enough? There is a reason why you're not doing it. Okay? So yeah, it's big epiphany for me also. Like, we have to have lot of compassion and understanding if we want to create a change. If we go towards any human and be like, okay, I am going to change you, they will not be open to any kind of suggestion. People change because they from inside they want to change, but you still gotta be honest. I still advocate for my, like, not for my animals, but yeah, for my animals all, but then yeah, anyway.